A message to the IFSW 2020 conference from Kathryn Wehrmann, PhD, MSW, LCSW.
My name is Kathy Wehrmann, and I'm pleased to say hello to all of my international colleagues. I'm currently, at least until July 1st, the Vice President of the North American region and the President of the National Association of Social Workers in the United States. I would like to offer an overview of the report you will find on the IFSW website. My colleague, Jan Christensen-Wood, as President of the North American region, will present the Canadian portion of the report. I will be addressing the United States contribution. As you can see from a review of the formal report, NASW has supported efforts to educate social workers in integrative behavioral health care, has also been involved in collaborative endeavors with our Council on Social Work Education to strengthen healthcare in the U.S. by advancing education and training of social workers. Trauma-informed practice as an approach continues to gain ground as a key way towards mental health treatment. This is especially important given our current experience with the COVID-19 pandemic and the struggle for racial equity. Both are heightening anxiety and depression. NASW continues to advance social justice and social welfare by offering educational seminars on racism, COVID-19, voting rights, gun safety, and family separation, just to name some. Our 55 NASW chapters throughout the country over the past year have offered annual conferences and a variety of other professional development events to provide support to issues that social workers are facing. Many chapters had to cancel live events and turn to virtual conferences in order to move forward. And we persevered and managed our new virtual world well. But nonetheless, we still long for in-person contact with our colleagues. There are links included in the written report so that you can have a look if you'd like to see more about what we're doing in the U.S. Our national conference, held every other year in Washington, D.C., was also presented in a virtual format and was well received with over 1,700 participants joining for all or part of the conference. A special presenter, published author, philanthropist, and activist Wes Moore was our inspirational keynote speaker. We also held a special town hall meeting on racial injustice on Juneteenth, or June 19th, a date that is a holiday celebrating the emancipation of those who have been enslaved in the United States. It specifically commemorates the Union Army General Gordon Granger announcing federal orders in Texas on June 19, 1865, announcing that all slaves in Texas were free. President Lincoln had actually freed all slaves 2.5 years earlier, but remote areas in the country with low numbers of Union soldiers did not get the news. We had a number of additional accomplishments in the U.S. social work this past year, including the publication of an important study completed by the National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine entitled Integrating Social Care into the Delivery of Healthcare that highlights the critical role that social workers can play in improving the nation's health. There is special emphasis on the social determinants of health. NASW was pleased to have joined with sister social work organizations in over 60 schools of social work to commission the report by the National Academies. A link to the report is included in the written report on the website. Like our sister Canada to the north and many other countries in the world, social workers have been challenged by COVID-19 and by an ethical obligation to stand up against racism. NASW has responded by working tirelessly on the advocacy and practice fronts. You'll find a number of resources that have been developed along with links to access them in the report. A particular highlight from the U.S. I would like to share is the selection of Xander Keek as the 2020 NASW Social Worker of the Year. Mr. Keek is a trans advocate and a Coast Guard veteran. His large body of work personifies the social work profession through his love of service to others and his heart for social justice. We congratulate him on his outstanding work for veterans and transgender military members, as well as those experiencing homelessness. I encourage you to visit the NASW Facebook page to learn more about this remarkable social worker. In closing, I want to extend my appreciation to all of our international colleagues for the support you have shown the U.S. social workers during these challenging times. I am also very appreciative of the strong relationship that my country has with our sister nation in the North American region, Canada, and the support of the IFSW North American President Jan Christensen Wood and CASW Executive Director Fred Phelps have given the U.S. in difficult times. It is much appreciated. Many thanks. Much appreciation for all you do to make the world a more just and equitable place. I know that you will appreciate working with Mitt Joyner, who will shortly be taking over as IFSW North American Region President and President of the NASW Board. Thank you.
This video was created by the NASW Membership Marketing and Communications Division with work from Getty Images.